Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Lineage Break, a Grand Archive TCG podcast. I am your host, Cam, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Steve.
Not the birthday boy this time. Hey, guys.
Yeah, I was trying to think of back when I used to do the podcasting, I would come up with a different title for my co-host every episode, and I wasn't thinking today, so I didn't have a.
Hey, I'm okay with title. That. I got you.
Oh, you know, we'll get there. You got me as in, like, you have a title for yourself?
Well, yeah, not the birthday boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because I
not
was last
the birthday
time.
boy, Steve.
Yeah.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been another glorious 2 weeks here on the homeworld. We still... So, listen. I said a thing 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to have to make myself out to a liar. The internet, now you know that I'm a liar. And I said that I would cancel the show indefinitely if we did not get any Kickstarter product in. And lo and behold, we didn't. So
no, we're still waiting.
That's cool.
We did get tracking.
Yeah, we have like some amount of information, you know, globally or countrywide in the United States, also globally. It seems like people have gotten their stuff. Like last time we spoke, the Australians had gotten their stuff, but like basically nobody else had. Now it's everybody's gotten their stuff except for us, which is cool. I think literally just Steve and I.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We've been singled out.
We got this beautiful Sylvie deck box.
It's true.
It's amazing.
That you can not buy, but you can look at.
We did get demo decks, so we can start demoing in store.
That's true. We do have physical cards now. We got demo decks, and you know we know this is not Weebs of the Shore's fault. No. It's whatever shipping conglomerate they used for Kickstarter, because you know, like, you don't know that you're going to be $1 million TCG when you make all these partnerships with shipping companies for Kickstarter. But so it looks like just about everybody at the time of recording, a bunch of like the LGSs hadn't gotten their tracking or anything, but it seems like there was like a bunch of posts last night at like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
That almost everybody's gotten it. I think anybody that I had heard complaining about not getting their tracking has at least gotten tracking. So I'm gonna eat my words again, but I think definitively by next time we record we'll have some product in hand.
You know, you keep saying it, and you keep jinxing.
I'm jinxing it. It's
true. You just ruin it.
One of my because if you guys aren't aware, we didn't Kickstart because we suck. We're stupid and bad. One of the surrogates that I've bought product off of has given me confirmation that he's getting his stuff on like Tuesday, so that's cool. So I should get it by next Friday,
hopefully,
which is a whole week before we record the podcast. So like, if it's not here in 2 weeks,
so now we have an issue, right?
Right.
Because if we get Kickstarter product,
right, it's
going to be really hard not to just rip into it immediately.
Well, we will. We'll just turn on the camera first.
I know, but
yeah, we gotta, you know, you like work during the week,
right?
Which is
and
tough.
you also just better wait for me.
Yeah,
because that's the issue. This is the issue I'm having. This is the issue I'm having.
Steve, I'm getting so many boxes that, you know.
You have to... No. That's not how this partnership works. You have to let me know. You have to let me know when you get them. And
I'll let you know.
I will take the day off of
work.
And come in.
All right.
We're
High praise.
Going.
Yeah, so I at least know where one is. We were trying to order some today as well. So we'll see.
It's not working out well.
Yeah, there's a bunch on the market.
Honestly, all pretty reasonable priced.
Yeah, I wish I had the money to throw around, because like everybody's like, the people that are like enfranchised, right, are like not selling their stuff. That's reasonable. Fair. I wouldn't either. But then like the people that seem like, you know, they're like popping up here and there that are like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I kickstarted it, you know, 2 years ago or whenever they started. Are like selling their stuff, but it's reasonably priced, but it's like, take my whole pledge for, you know, $1,600,
right?
Which is unfortunately a pretty reasonable price. I just don't have $1,600 to throw around.
Unfortunately, as well,
right?
You know, I have to live and eat.
Yeah. You know, Lineage Break, a Grand Archive TCG podcast, does not pay the bills. So,
yeah, no,
you know,
no.
we do have to like work.
As you can tell by our very professional setup.
Yeah. Hey, this is a pretty professional setup.
I'm not gonna lie. We have very nice equipment.
Thank you.
But we also do it in a closet.
Yeah. So. Well, you know, we bought a little sign. We'll get it up here probably for next week. We're trying to fiddle around with that 15 minutes ago, and we
should have focused on it a little bit more last week.
Yeah, whatever.
But, you know, we get busy.
We'll get there. We're gaming.
Look, we have something else for you to look at instead of just us.
You can like rack zoom in on Sylvia.
Yeah.
I'll do that in the edit. I will not. So, all that aside, it seems like prices are starting to. It's Kickstarter, so like everything's like a little bit higher than you would hope for, and there's some people that like to complain because everybody likes to complain, you know. But
I'm not gonna. We can't say anything bad about them because I understand where they're coming from, right?
They want the game to be approachable.
Right. They're seeing the prices of all the Kickstarter stuff and they're going, that's not an approachable price. But I think what we have to tell everyone that is in that mindset is this is not the price of what the game is going to be. This is the price of the exclusive product that is pre-release.
Right.
Right? So like I'm assuming foils of commons and stuff aren't going to be $200 when the boxes
That's
come
true.
out.
And even so, I mean, like, that doesn't matter, right? Like, if the foils are expensive,
right?
Whatever, get over it. You can't complain about price and also be like, the price of my foils are too expensive.
Fair.
So that's just not how it works. So I think we've normalized a little bit. Like, we were talking in the car, and as Steve was saying that now the like non-foil prices, even for Kickstarter stuff, are like they're not like dirt. But like they're pretty affordable. Like the most like expensive, you know, SRs or whatever that are like stuff like Spear Blazing Soul that's like super popular is like $30, I think.
Right. Yeah. I think the highest thing I've seen that of like a playable SR is like $40.
Right. Which is good.
Fine. I mean, that's a lot less than I pay for Magic staples.
Right.
So I'm good with that.
And we have some great people in the community doing God's work. One of the members of the Discord has like a shop open that has all of the singles on it, which is great. So we'll leave the link down to that in the description below. It's Perfect Fit TCG, I think, is the name of the website. And I think that sort of thing, I had like a brief conversation with them on Facebook when they posted about it. It's like really good for a smaller game like this. I know that you didn't play Weiss Wars much until recently, but when the game was smaller, before the pandemic sort of like blew up collectibles as a whole, there was a website that was like very similar to this one, where it was like just like a smaller store that sort of focused on this niche card game. In this case, it was Weiss Wars, and they became like the sort of like signpost price guide for people to sell things on like marketplace and stuff. They would be like, you know, X price minus 10% or plus 10% or whatever, which is great because like TCG Player doesn't carry our game, so make sure you send your emails to TCG Player. I know that's the thing that they all do on the Discord. But even then, like TCG Player is not an accurate like aggregate when the game is so small. When there's only like 5 sales of any given card, even like a common.
It's like going to eBay and trying to price a single card, and it's just like, oh well, this guy's selling it for $1,000. That can't be right.
Right. So yeah, I hope that works out. So go check out Perfect Fit TCG. They seem like
that's
good
awesome.
Dudes.
It's awesome to have like the support of a small store like that in the community.
Yeah, for sure. So now that we've done all of our moaning about not having Kickstarter product, which hopefully will not be a staple of the show going forward.
I believe it is going to be. You can just call us, Lineage Break a wine podcast.
Yeah, a whining podcast.
Because, God, I just want to open some packs.
Soon, I'm sure. And I'm going to have, like, I hope that in the coming weeks, because there's a lot of product on the market right now, because people are, like, selling their pledges and stuff. I have to pray that all of the product disappears, because it's just, like, very unhealthy for it to be even available to me.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah. I'm at the great disadvantage
right.
of I don't have the money.
That's true. Well, you see, like I don't either, but I have a credit card.
Fair.
Which is not healthy. It's not good.
I guess I can't say I don't have the money. I have the money, but I also need 4 new tires for my car.
You have responsibility. Yeah. I'd be skating on those bald sons of bitches.
We're almost.
Months,
it's we've made it through winter.
Yeah, so it's like not even a big deal. Is what I'm saying.
Right, that's what I'm thinking about.
It could be another couple of boxes. Yeah. I can't I'm doing a weird thing where I guess not weird, where I'm getting a bunch of loose boxes. I'm getting a box from here, a box from there, another box from here. Because that's just the only way that I could really find Kickstarter product or a month ago. Now it's a little bit easier, but and usually that's a weird death sentence in a game where you don't want to buy loose boxes because there's case ratios and stuff. I guess that comes from Weiss mostly, but I have gotten a confirmation from the lovely devs that that shouldn't be the case. There's not dead boxes. You can get 2 CURs in a case, so even if somebody opens one, the rest of those boxes aren't going to be dead. Which is good, but it just means that if I don't open one of them CURs in these, I think I'm getting 5 boxes now, which is not a good chance, to be fair. I believe it's 1 in 15. I'm just gonna have to buy more boxes. Just gonna keep buying.
Instead of buying boxes, Cam.
I know.
Just buy the CUR.
I know. It's too late now, though. I'm already in deep. It's the sunk cost fallacy. Where I'm pot committed now.
Yeah.
Which are not things that you should do. Those are not real things for the viewers at home. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
We do have good news this week. Exciting news, which is kind of crazy. That not only is first edition not widely available, but Alter is not even out yet. It's not out for another 6 weeks or something. However, the lovely folks at Weebs of the Shore have given us some preview stuff for set 2.
Just a little taste.
Just a little taste.
Just a little. It was like a palate cleanse.
Right.
Hey, you guys, Kickstarter's coming. Have a little bit of. Just a little bit.
Well, yeah, everybody has been playing with set 1.
Right.
At least, us on the Discord and the people that are super paying close attention to the game have been playing with set 1 stuff for months now. So it doesn't feel like it's too early for us.
Right.
But when you look at the timeline, it's the set 1's not even out yet.
Right.
But we could name most of the cards in Dawn of Ashes by heart now that we've looked at them so much.
Yeah, that's true. Though every now and then I come across a card and go, where did this card go
from? Yeah, for me it's always a fire card, and I'm those exist.
It's always a fire card, and I'm always like, huh.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is pretty good.
And speaking of cards that are all right, so we have we'll throw them up on the screen. That I will actually do in the edit. God help me. We have a couple of cards that have released from Fractured Crown, which is the name of the supplemental set that'll be releasing after Dawn of Ashes.
I really like it. It seems like it's a darker theme.
Yeah, it's a little edgy. Yeah,
I kind of like that. I kind of like the edgier stuff. So.
Not only the the 2 cards that we've seen are a little darker, but even the key art, with the rain and the spirit crest in the background, it's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if this is and I was talking to Steve about this before the show. Not that matters, but now you know. That we come from a Magic background, right? So we do a lot of subconscious comparing to Magic the Gathering, which I think is pretty fair in the TCG space. And Weebs of the Shore has and with their name, I guess they get it. Yeah. They have a challenge that Magic was able to do for a long time until they drove their product into the ground, but where Grand Archive is a similar game in that they are planning to move from world to world. We're not going to be on Cambria forever, which is where Dawn of Ashes and Fractured Crown take place. So you have this issue where you need a thread that connects everything in your game. You need either a style or some sort of connecting story thread. And so, somehow Magic managed to do it for 20 years. God bless them. So I'm curious how Weebs of the Shore is going to, like keep that same feel, because it looks like Fractured Crown is probably going to be a little bit darker tonally. Like there's a lot of, like goofy fun cards in Dawn of Ashes. You think about like, Shout at Your Pets and basically everything in the Sylvie pool.
Smack with Flute.
Yeah. Cry for Help. We're just naming Sylvie cards, but like, they're like fun and like very, like comedic anime sort of stuff, right? Whereas at least a few cards that we've seen from Fractured Crown and as well as the key art seems like, much darker. Obviously, the reason why our champions are on Cambria is to solve some sort of
crisis.
So like, there has to be a crisis, I guess. So the first card that we got is a new unique ally, which is cool. We got Lancelot, the Goliath of Asa. Since we're doing Arthurian legend stuff, it makes sense that we finally get Lancelot. I think this card is kind of broken.
I don't know. I
think it's really good.
I think it's really good, but I don't know if I'd use the term broken.
Wow, hyperbole.
I think this card is very strong. I definitely think it has a place in warrior decks, and probably in the future Guardian decks when we, finally learn out what a Guardian is and how that works.
I hear they have 30 health. That's the word on the street. I got that word from Creative Shock Podcast, which we will link below. Apparently somebody somewhere said that the Guardians are 30 health, which is a lot.
I will be playing this.
Yeah. You're like upset about the Crux Knight 28 health. You gotta.
I am.
Stick it to the man.
I am.
Or the Lorraine, as it were.
Just come on. I need something. 25 health is not enough.
So Lancelot, because you probably can't read even if I put the card up on the screen, because like it's small. Is a 4 mana 2/3. He's normal element, so you can play him wherever. He's Guardian and Warrior. And he does have class bonus, so you probably don't want to play him elsewhere.
Correct.
He has Hindered, which is a new keyword, which is cool. It's on a couple of cards like Crusader of Asa. Maybe that's the like Asa keyword as they come in tapped. It's neat. So tapped. He enters the field rested. Listen to me, doing magic things. He has class bonus and level 2+, so you have to be level 2 and be either a warrior or guardian. He gets +2 health, which makes him one of the biggest butts in the game.
2/5.
He's a 2/5, which is pretty big.
That's real hard to get rid of.
Yeah, there's like only tamer cards that have that much donk. You know? And then he has an activated ability, which is our first, activated ability, which is cool. That has a cost, I guess. Which is you may pay 3 on attack, and he gets +3. So brings him up to a 5/5 if you have all of his text turned on. Granted, like, you have to pay 3 every time he attacks, so it's like, he's like a 7 mana 5/5 sort of.
Right. But you know what I'm thinking, right? I don't know if you thought about this, but we have a lovely keyword called balance in a lot of
that's true. I was not thinking about that.
So, if you have a nice Gildas and you have 6 cards in your hand, and then you swing with Lancelot, and then you're just like, pay.
I was not thinking about that.
And now my Gildas,
pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Now my Gildas is turned on because it's balanced as all things should be.
Right. Well, yeah, like the place where I saw him in my head is like, Steve and I both aren't really like, we're not like aggro players. We're not trying to play like, 1 mana 2/2s that smash you in the face.
Yeah.
And Lancelot here like sort of fits into a similar place that I think Gildas does, where she's just like a really efficient threat for her mana cost, right? Like when she's turned on, she's a 4/3 for 3, which is like vastly above rate. I don't think that Lancelot is quite as above rate in that he costs a lot of mana.
Yeah.
But just due to the nature of the way the Grand Archive works, where like resources aren't nearly as punishing as they are in other games, because you get all those cards back. I think that he fits into that sort of, you're playing a pretty ally light, like mid-range or control deck where you like resolve a threat and try to protect the threat. Think like, Delver of Secrets or whatever. Or you put your Lancelot on the board and you're like a slow water or wind deck or whatever, even a fire deck that's playing a bunch of removal. And you just like hit them in the face for 5 every turn and you try to, keep this Lancelot on the board. Obviously that, hurts when they have stuff like Zephyr and stuff.
Like bounce spells. Yeah.
Right.
However, I think that's a perfect segue talking about protection and stuff to lean into this next new card.
Yeah, I thought our next card I thought was bad because I can't read.
Yeah, no. Cam told me, he was like, this card is unplayable.
Yeah. I was like, why would you play this card? It's just worse deflecting edge.
Yeah. He didn't read the card though. He just saw some of the text and went, I'm not going to play this card. And then I went, this card is generic.
I hear that reading the card explains the card, which is pretty good. So the reason why I assumed this card was bad because I can't read, is that it has very similar text to Deflecting Edge, which is pay a cost, virtually nothing in both of the card's cases, prevent the next 3 attack damage. And that's what I thought this card did because I can't read. It's like, it's like Deflecting Edge, but like you can play it in whatever. I guess that's fine. The crazy thing about this card is that it says whenever target unit would be dealt damage, you prevent 3 of that attack damage. Yeah. For the whole turn is pretty good.
So this is just a little worse Veiled Breeze,
right?
Because Veiled Breeze you can have up to whatever.
True.
But
doesn't require any cards though. You can top deck this and that does the Veiling Breeze thing.
Yeah,
which is great.
And if you're level 2 or higher, it's free. Right. Except with the cost of don't draw next turn, which I'm okay with.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things. You play this in response to an Insole or something.
Right.
And you don't lose the game immediately.
Right. You in fact take like virtually 0 damage.
Yeah.
It's like very similar to Veiling Breeze, where you play a Veiling Breeze, their Insole doesn't do anything. You get to keep playing the game, right?
Correct.
So it's good that that now we have access to that in everything because it was previously only Wind that got that effect.
Or Warrior if you're really using Deflecting Edge.
Yeah, and the nice part about this is even though it is a Guardian card, it has level 2+ for the free cost.
Right.
But it doesn't have any restrictions other than that. You can just cast it for 3. At level 1, and then at level 2 you can cast it for free. And there's no class bonus, so you can play it wherever.
It's great. And the art is amazing on this card.
Yeah, very good. We got I believe that is more Lancelot.
I think it is, and I'm
it up.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
If this is the trend of Guardian cards, sign me up.
Yeah. A little bit darker, yeah.
Because like I said, I'm very edgy.
Sure.
I like that kind of darkness aspect. Right. As a Kingdom Hearts fan, I'm all about the darkness.
Oh, Jesus. I mentioned it earlier.
You did. You put it in my head. You put it in my head. I couldn't get it out. So
my friends are my power.
Yep.
So I really like the darker tone. I wonder, like we said earlier, I wonder if we'll keep that, or
so now. I think the guys over at Creative Shock talked about it just a little bit. With the secondary elements, with darkness and stuff. I wonder if Guardian is going to be dark.
I'm not sure.
Because from
maybe
a lot of the cards we've seen are darker tone. I could see them having like a darkness theme to it.
Yeah, so I know that they had talked about it in their last episode. Like I said, we'll leave a link to our boys there in the description. And I think also our friend Dan from Maindeck, I think he left a comment on that video, which you'll find, that lists like at some point they told us about the elements that were missing. So there's a bunch of I think they're all Ascended elements. That were missing. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them, and some of them sound pretty edgy. So that could be it. I mean, like he'll have to have his own, right?
Right.
But it's strange in that we're only ever going to get 7 classes, is what they've said, which is great. I think it's good to have a very like set out expectation, and like we know what the pool is going to be. Right. And I think it's cool to plan around that.
And it also keeps like things like Eternal formats live.
Right.
We don't know how this game is going to go, but like if you have only 7 champions, that means your warrior cards from the first set are still going to be able to be used later on down the road.
Right. It's a little bit easier to keep a pool of cards when there's not like 12 classes.
Right.
But I think there's vastly more than 7, at least according to that list that I saw of the expanded elements. So it means that
it would be cool to see like assassins or something getting something.
We get like Crux assassins or whatever, and stuff like that. So I think that is definitely something that we will get. But something that I wanted to touch on briefly is like we said a little bit earlier, Grand Archive's plan is to be doing some world hopping, and so we're going to get, I assume, like pretty vastly different settings and cards and sort of, themes as time goes on. And we know for a fact that set 3 is going to have the 3 classes that we're missing, being Guardian, Ranger, and Cleric. Do you think, with this, like Fractured Crown sort of being a darker tone, and it seems like they're going to be, facing whatever the apocalyptic conditions are on Cambria, do you think that set 3 we are still in Cambria, or do you think that we're going to already jump somewhere else?
I want to think that we stay in Cambria up until the 3rd set, just to get the full set of champions.
Yeah, that was my thought as well.
Just because it doesn't really make sense in my head to like introduce all these Guardian cards, and Ranger cards in Cambria, and then go,
and then you hop over and there's no like Cambrian Ranger or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would hope we're still there.
Sure.
Maybe we do like a issue. Good guys come to plane. 2nd set, bad guys start winning.
Right.
3rd set, good guys win.
Sure. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of how Magic used to do like blocks or whatever, where you would get a certain amount of sets in one place and then you would leave. And I asked this in the Discord earlier today, but not confirmed. But I think at least what people think is that set 4 is going to be another supplemental set, because set 3 is going to be a big set. And I think it would be strange to hop planes in a supplemental set. So like I think if we're staying in Cambria, that means we're probably staying in Cambria through set 4.
Which is okay, I think. Yeah. I think that's fine, right? Like it rounds up. You probably can finish the story up with all the cards, and then introduce either, new champions in the next plane. I mean, obviously we're staying in the warrior, cleric, assassin,
the same
mage
classes, but different
the 7,
champions,
right. But maybe we get new people.
Well, yeah, I think what it says on the website is that there's hundreds of thousands of champions on the Grand Archive or whatever. Okay. Obviously, we're not going to get hundreds of thousands of cards, but plenty of people to, I wonder if we even keep some of these characters. Like Sylvie is sort of the mascot of the company. So does that mean that we're going to see her a lot? Or
I would hope.
Yeah.
I really enjoy
You're
Sylvie.
a simp, yeah. So
I wouldn't call myself a simp for Sylvie.
Yeah.
But I will say that I wholeheartedly love the Tamer cards, and I've been working very hard to try to make
someday. I think they're almost there.
I'm almost there. There's just a couple cards missing, I think, from the blue Sylvie deck actually working, because we've played games where she does the thing, and
when she does, it's very good.
Yeah, like it's really if you can get a blue slime out and protect that blue slime,
card's really good.
It's never leaving.
Unless it gets, like bounced or whatever.
Unless you bounce it.
That's always the problem. Like we need some sort of like protection spells, right?
Right.
Give your
like
your slime
hexproof.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that makes sense. I wonder if going forward, if all of these, worlds that we go to, if we're gonna get all 7 classes in every world, I wonder if that is part of their design philosophy, is that like maybe that's what it is. It's every 3 sets we get a new champion for every class, and then we move to a different world. But I mean, maybe some like when you go to the Evangelion world or whatever, it's a little bit harder to make.
Don't do this to me.
Don't
talk
some
about
classes.
Don't talk
more than
about.
others.
Don't give me hopes that there might be mechs.
I think so. I think one of the expanded elements, or ascended, expanded. What are they supposed to be called?
I think they're ascended.
Yeah, one of those. A big level 3 number elements is like tech or something, I think, and so
oh boy,
that they spoiled like a long time ago. Granted, that's all like subject to change. We don't have any information. We're not insiders here. We're just doing some speculating. Speculation is fun.
Speculation is fun, especially when you bring up mech or tech.
I know you love robots.
I love robots, and God help my wallet if that's the case.
Yep, signed Evangelion mechs for sure. Yeah, that's the plan.
I will definitely be buying any CURs that are mecha or tech themed.
Yeah.
inbox me on Discord.
But yeah, overall, very exciting stuff. We're very excited for Fractured Crown. Of course, we're very excited for Dawn of Ashes as well, which we'll have hopefully in hand soon. I think they said that Fractured Crown is coming out in August, yeah, which is like not too far off.
No.
It's like 4 months from the release of Dawn, right?
Yep, and it's, I believe they said that Fractured Crown is legal for Ascent.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they've put out the official word, but I know that some of the pricing for the Ascent, at least like listed on the page,
right,
is Fractured Crown product. So I assume it'll be legal for that.
Yeah.
And that's like, I assume that Ascent's going to be in like September or October or something. Yeah. So
I'm hoping that we get actual dates on that so we can start planning our
soon.
Trip.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to lock down venues and
yeah. No, I get all that stuff. I just I'm so excited.
Right.
It's big events like that have been missed by me for the past few years because we had that thing that happened.
Yeah, I don't know what you're...
Yeah. the thing that shut down the world for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. And ruined paper Magic and paper card games. Yeah.
Well, we won't get into that. But that's a different podcast.
But I'm very excited to go back and sit down in a room full of hundreds of people playing a card game we all love.
Man, I'm excited to just play locals. It's like it's just been you and me playing the game for so long.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it's because the other people that we've tried to get into the game come by so rarely.
I know, right? We're here grinding. We're gonna get left behind by all these, these killers on the Discord that are, grinding TTS games. And
I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking into TTS a little bit.
Yeah, it's so tough for me, man.
I signed up for one of the events, and unfortunately, it happened to be on a day where, I actually had to go out with people. Unfortunately,
socialize.
Socialize, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I have to do that. But yeah, I was looking into playing in one of the I believe it was the Lineage break mode.
Right. Yeah. Our namesake. No, not affiliated, but lovely people.
Yeah. I really wanted to play in it, and I've just been so nervous to jump on.
Yeah, it's a lot for me, man. It's like I don't like TTS as an interface.
Correct.
So that's like kind of frustrating, just like using TTS. But also like, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people, especially like people I don't know.
Right.
I find it easier when like, I'm like at a physical tournament and I talk to the person in front of me, but it's harder for me to, talk to strangers on the internet.
Yeah.
But there is, as of the time of recording this, there's a big community tournament tomorrow, I believe, Saturday. So you can jump into that.
Yeah. We'll think about it.
Better now than never,
Yeah.
I
would love to play against someone else besides you, because I think our win ratio is like 90-10.
Yeah,
it's
I lose
rough.
all the time.
No, he doesn't. I tried to play decks that
lose
to win soul.
I'm a filthy meta chaser, right? So, but yeah, I think unless there's anything else I'm missing, Steve, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Exciting stuff. We will. So our plan is when we get our boxes in, next week.
I feel like we keep saying that every 2 weeks. It's like.
Don't
worry, guys.
Somebody
content coming.
Yeah, somebody clip it. Like we've probably said it every 2 weeks for the past, 6 weeks. We will be recording some of that. We also have been working on our camera setup to do some in-person games because that's not something that there's a whole lot of. So we'd love to sort of fill that gap and just like play some games, maybe grab some people's tournament decks and
and try them out.
give them the gauntlet.
Yeah, and maybe we were shooting around the idea, maybe even like a live play. Sure. And then people can jump in and tell us what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, tell us we suck.
Yeah.
But that is all coming soon. We will be back in a glorious 2 weeks, and that'll bring us into, that's the end of March.
And then another 4 weeks after that, and we'll have
real
real product.
So thank you guys for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, all those cool YouTube
all our
things.
socials will be in the description below.
We'll leave some links as well to our friends at Creative Shock and
Maindeck.
Yeah, I think we mentioned Maindeck today as well. We'll make sure to leave their links below. If you guys have any questions for the show, make sure to leave them in the comments below, or you can reach out to us on Discord. We're both fairly active on the Discord. We'll leave our tags there below. And you can find us on Twitter, which I never post on, which I should, but you can find us on Twitter.
I did sign into Twitter the other day, and I reshared the announcement.
Thank you.
Because I also noticed that you don't post on our Twitter.
I'm not a good social media person. Yeah. I don't do it for the store either. It's just it's a whole thing. And of course, speaking of which, if you're in the Massachusetts area and you are looking to play Grand Archive, please reach out to us at Webway Games. You can find us on Facebook and all those cool things in Marlborough, Massachusetts. That is where Steve and I will be hopefully playing our locals and, digging into Grand Archive. But yeah, without further ado, I think that is all that we have for you guys, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one, guys.